Do you ever wonder why you can't achieve your goals and you're in a constant cycle of doing the habits, doing the process, falling off, falling into old habits, and you're continuously just spinning the fucking wheel and you're staying in the dirt? This video is going to help you out. I'm actually making this video for a friend in particular, but I thought I would just post it on YouTube anyways, because it's going to help out anyone. So first of all, let's forget about processes. Let's completely detach ourselves from it to begin with, because we all know that to achieve our goals, we need to do X, Y, and Z habits. We need to follow a specific daily process, but we're not going to follow it unless we truly understand why we're doing it. Now, I work in sales, right? And people buy things through emotion. That's it. They need logic as well to not talk themselves out of it. But you know the logic. You need to figure out the true emotion. So it's either going to be current pain or future pain, current pleasure or future pleasure. That's how someone's going to buy. And when you get on the call with someone and you're looking to sell them something, you're not pressuring them into a sale. Your job is to figure out what their pain is or what their pleasure is. And they don't know yet. They don't know it yet. They genuinely don't, or they would have already made the decision. So your job is to ask them the right questions to guide them to the conclusion. Now, this is how you can do this with yourself. First of all, a lot of people fall off because they don't have enough clarity on the repercussions of not taking action, and they don't have enough clarity on what they're actually going to get through taking action. So first of all, you don't need a crazy workout plan and a crazy daily process. All you need is clarity. So first of all, you need to dig into who is the best version of you. Now, it's not a case of, oh, I now know who the best version of me is, so I'm just going to straight up just align with him and take action the way that he does. You need to understand where the pain comes from and where the pleasure comes from, or you're not going to fucking take action. It's the simplest way to put it. So, the best version of you, I'm going to help you create the best version of you, because we are all unique individuals. I can tell you my goals, I can tell you my daily process, but it's not going to be directly applicable to you. What you need to figure out, right, is what are the most important things? What are the attributes that you want to be the best in? What are the outcomes that you truly want to have? What are the things which are individual to you that you have to achieve in life, or you're going to feel pain, or you're not going to feel pleasure? For me, specifically, I want to be the absolute best I can possibly be in sales. Now, if I was to give you a daily process on what I do to get better at sales, you're not going to take action on it because you don't want to be good at sales. If you want to be a landscape gardener and you want to be the #1 landscape gardener on the planet, then you need to understand that. Or, if you just want to be a good landscape gardener, your daily process is going to be different to the person who wants to be the best. If you follow the daily process to become the #1 landscape gardener, and your daily process is autistic as fuck, and it's psycho, it's extremely high standard, it's on another level, but it's not what you actually want, you're not going to take action on it. You have your own unique individual goals. So, let's think. What are your goals for your body? I want to be in phenomenal shape. I want to be a good fighter, right? Now, if you want to be in phenomenal shape and you want to be a good fighter, it's not about understanding that you just want to be in phenomenal shape and be a good fighter. It's why. Why do you want that? What is going to happen if you don't achieve that? What are the repercussions? And what is going to happen when you do achieve that? What is the pain and what is the pleasure? So, for me, specifically, if I didn't understand why I want these things, I wouldn't take action on my daily process, I wouldn't be focused and locked in. But I understand the depth. I understand that if I don't get in elite physical shape, in fact, stay in elite physical shape, I'm going to have less confidence, this is pain. I'm not going to be attractive to women, this is pain. And you might not want to be attractive to women. You might already be attracting the women that you currently have. You might want 1 woman, you might want 10 women. Whatever it is, you need to truly understand because it's individual to you. I understand that if I'm not going to be in elite physical shape, I'm not going to have the status that I want, because I'm status driven and I fucking love status. And I'm honest with myself about that. I understand that if I'm not going to be in elite physical shape, I'm not going to be respected by people that I'm on sales calls with. I'm not going to be respected in offices that I walk into. I'm not going to be respected when I build my own sales coaching company, when I want to deliver my message. Now, I also understand that with the pleasure of that, I gain all the things that I just listed off, that I've got the pain if I wasn't to achieve it. So you need to truly, truly fucking break it down. You can't just open up a notepad and pen and be like, yeah, I want to be rich, I want to be in shape, I want to be able to fight. What is the true depth behind it? Why do you want to be rich? Why? For me, I want to be rich so I can provide for my family. I want to be rich so I can have all the fucking finer things in life. But the true depth as to why I take action on becoming rich every single day is not because I just want to be rich. It's because of a deeper level. It's because I need to be the number one at everything that I do. Because I have fucking childhood trauma of when I was younger, I was always last. I was always looked down on. I was always bullied. That is the pain. That is what comes from it. And you might not have experienced that. You might just want to be rich so you can drive a supercar. But what is the pleasure? You need to dig into what is the pleasure of driving a supercar, and what is the pain if you don't drive the supercar? If you don't have enough depth and enough understanding and enough clarity of why you need that supercar, not just why you want that supercar, then you're not going to take the necessary action on a daily basis to achieve that. So now that I've explained that to you, let's actually dive into how we can action this. So you need to understand, what are your goals for mindset? What are your goals for body? And what are your goals for career or business? I want you to get a notepad and pen, and I want you to write this out just now. I want you to write out body, mind, and business or career. And what we're looking to do is figure out the pains, the pleasures, and then we're going to align the standards in the daily process with it. So this is going to be a long video. So write down body, mind, business or career, and then come back to this. Write that down first. Now, I want you to truly, truly think from the perspective of the best version of you, the version of you that you truly want to be. Not the best version of me, not the goals that I have, but the goals that you have. Now I want you to truly, truly think and write down. Write down body. What do you truly want? Write down the body that you want. Go in depth. Is it a six-pack and big arms? Or do you not care about a six-pack and you want to have a little bit more fat so you look bigger and you fill out t-shirts? Or do you want to have a mixture of the two? For me, I want to be lean, I want to have abs, but I also want to fill out my t-shirts. That's what I currently do. And now I'm just maintaining that. I have no desire to get bigger or to get leaner. I'm extremely content with my physique. But I understand that I need to constantly work at it every single day just to maintain this. 4 times weight training every single week. Now that's a process I won't get into that. But you have a unique thing that you want. What sort of physique do you want? Write it down in fucking depth. Start off with that. Start off with body. Now, write down what body you want. Then go into why you want it. Write this down. So, why do you want to have this body? Is it because you want more respect? Is it because you want more status? Is it because you want to fill out your t-shirts? If it's because you want to fill out your t-shirts, that's not enough. Why do you want to fill out the t-shirts? You need to go autistically in depth with this. Why do I want to fill out my t-shirts? Because females are going to respect me more, because heads are going to turn when I walk into the office, because heads are going to turn when I walk into the coffee shop, because there's a woman in my office that I'm really fucking attracted to, and I have too much self-doubt and too much of a lack of confidence to actually speak to her because I don't think I'm attractive enough yet. Now that's a whole nother thing within itself. But if that is the case, write it down. Get fucking clear, because it's all fun and games writing down the best version of me and the daily process of it. But if you don't understand why you're doing it, you're not going to fucking do it. Let me use a very quick example. Someone puts a chocolate bar in front of me. I never eat it. If someone offers me any form of food like that, I never fucking eat it. Not because I'm like, oh yeah, this is not healthy for you. It's because I understand that it's going to affect my testosterone. Now, understanding that it's going to affect your testosterone still isn't enough. Why do you need testosterone? What is testosterone? Why do you need it? Oh, it's because you need to be driven. Because testosterone gives you drive. Once again, that's all fun and games, but why do you fucking need the drive? I need the drive. I need the testosterone from not eating this. And this testosterone is going to give me the drive. And I need this drive from this testosterone in order to achieve my goals. But what are my fucking goals? And how much do I need them? How much pain am I going to feel if I don't solve this issue? And how much pleasure am I going to feel when I do it? So, I want more testosterone. I want more drive. The reason behind that is because I want to provide for my mum. I want to provide for my future family. I want to be a capable protector. I want to operate from a high level every single day. The reason behind me wanting to operate from a high level every single day is because I have big goals that I need to achieve. And if I don't achieve these goals, I'm going to be average as fuck. That is pain. And if I do achieve these goals, I'm going to live a life of abundance. I'm going to live a life of driving whatever I want when I want, having whatever woman I want when I want. It's going to be guiding my family, leading my family into becoming the best version of them. There's so much fucking depth as to why I wouldn't eat this chocolate bar, and it sounds autistic, but if you don't understand it, you're just going to eat it. You're just going to let desire take over. You're going to allow your brain to be hijacked. Now, there are multiple things that you can do to increase your self-control, and there are habits that you can do and things like that, but it all comes from self-awareness. It all comes from being able to understand truly why you need it, what's going to happen if you don't get it. Now, I'm starting to ramble a bit, so I'm going to loop this back to what I was saying. Now that you completely understand why we are actually doing this, it's going to allow you to open up your mind and genuinely take the action. So, body. What do you want? Why do you want it? What's going to happen if you don't get it? And how are you going to feel when you do get it? Go as in-depth as possible. If you have to write 5 fucking pages as to why you need this body, then do it. Because this is the only way that you're going to take action and actually go to the gym, because you need to constantly reinforce what's going to happen, what's not going to happen, and why you have to do it when you get to a point where you don't want to do it. If you don't understand why you have to go to the gym, tomorrow when you come in from work and you're tired and you know that you need to go to the gym, this is going to be the point where you close your eyes, you self-reflect, you look at it from a bird's eye view, and you reinforce the why. You reinforce the why. Now, once you've done that, I want you to take time into this. If you're just going to half-arse this, don't even watch this fucking video. Write it down, gain clarity, and come back to this video. So if you've done that, I now want you to go into mind. The mind. What are your mindset goals? And why? Okay, so I either want to have a good mindset, I want to have a great mindset, or I want to have a bulletproof, unbreakable, phenomenal fucking mindset. Now, if you only want to have a great mindset, but you write down you want to have a bulletproof mindset, it's not going to work. It's not, because there's too many sacrifices that need to be made. There's too many actions that need to be done in order to get there. For a quick example, I'm going to continue to use examples because storytelling is the best way for you to digest anything. I need to be a multi-millionaire. Becoming a multi-millionaire comes with so many sacrifices, such a high level of operating, such high fucking standards, and so much tediousness, and back-to-back just habits, process, bang your head off the wall, so much stress, so much pressure. And I love that shit. But you might not. You might just want to make £10,000 a month. You might want to make £3,000 a month, £4,000 a month, whatever it is. You need to figure out truly, what is it going to take to get there? So, mindset. What sort of mindset does the best version of you have? You need to write it from that approach. The best version of me. Mindset. Cool. My mindset is great. I don't indulge in X, Y, and Z habits. I don't do X, Y, and Z. And I do X, Y, and Z. Then once again, the exact same concept of the body. I'm not going to drag this out for longer than it has to be. The exact same concept for the body. Let me just make sure it's still on. Why? Why do you need to have this mindset? What's going to happen if you don't have this mindset? So, I need to have this mindset so I can provide for my mum, so I can provide for my future kids, for my future wife, so I can achieve X, Y, and Z goals, so I can have this material, so I can have this lifestyle, so I can live in this location, so I can work this job, this career, so I can have this business. Write it down to a fucking T, once again, and get so deep on it. Now, I'm not going to drag this any further, so write all of this down, and then come back to this. Now it's going to be business and career, and I know that you've probably written down, I need to have a good mindset and a good body so I can have this business and this career and this and this and that. But now you need to write down, from the perspective of the future version of you, what business or career does he have? What careers or businesses does this guy have? Do you want to have 2 or 3? Do you want to just have 1? What is it? Because it's going to be different to me. I can't give you advice on what business that you want. You need to understand it truly. And if this is going to take you 4 fucking hours to do it, fine, do it. Because this is the only time you're going to have to do it to begin with. And you can revert back to this note over and over again. You can revert back to this Google Doc or this Notion page over and over and over again. Every single morning you can read it so you understand what you're doing today. So you can align with that version of you. So you can visualize the life of that version of you, to calibrate your mind, to give you self-awareness, to look at it from a bird's eye view and make sure that you match that today. Then it's going to allow you to build the full daily process of that best version of you as to what you are going to act on, the processes that you're going to follow to then get that outcome. Okay? Now, you're now going to go into business and career. What business do you want to have? What career do you want to have? How well do you want to do in it? How much do you want to make from it? All of the goals between it. But you need to write it from a version of, I have. I probably should have covered this at the beginning. If you haven't done that on like the first sort of body and mind thing, that's completely fine. You can redo it or you can work with what you've got. Business. I have. What business is the best version of you have? How much is he making? What career is he in? How much is he making in this career? What is it? Then, turn the page over. Why? One sec. So, why have you chose this career? I'm going to use a different angle because I want a career which is going to generate me so much fucking money that it's unbelievable. But your career choice might be just because it's your passion. It might be because you're stacking shelves in Tesco, or you're working for someone else that you don't like. You're in a field that your heart doesn't truly desire. And the reason why you want to be in this career is because you feel that if you're to step into this career, you'll never have to work a day in your life because you love this. You can work this 5-6 days a week and you fucking love it. And you live a better life. You come back home energized. You live life positively because you're working in this career that you want. Is it being a fucking vet? Oh, it's because I love animals, because I'm so passionate. My phone's running out of storage, so this is going to be lower quality and sort of picture quality, but we'll get back to it. So, with the career that you love, or the career that's going to make you so much fucking money, or the business that's going to make you financially free, whatever it is, what are going to be the outcomes of it, and what are going to be the pains if you don't achieve it? So, example, I'm not going to use, in fact, I'll use like financially free. So, if you go into this career, if you have this business, if you generate X amount of money, this is going to give you location freedom, it's going to give you financial freedom. And then why do you need the location and the financial freedom? What is it for? Is it because you want to fucking live somewhere else? Is it because you want to go on 2 holidays a year, 1 holiday a year? Is it because you want to go on 40 fucking holidays a year? What is your unique goal? Why do you need it? And then why do you want to go on holiday 2 times per year? Is it because you don't like where you are? Is it because you don't like the weather? You don't like the people? What is the main reason behind that? And genuinely, truly reinforce that to such a high and deep fucking level to where when you don't want to take the action on the daily process, which is aligned with the version of you that has this monthly figure of income in the business or the career, when you don't want to take that action, you can then revert back to this and you can look at it and you can be like, fucking hell, if I don't take action on this specific habit, if I don't read 30 minutes of Robert Greene fucking whatever it is, which is aligned with my goal, then I am never going to go on the 10 holidays a year. And if I don't go on the 10 holidays a year, I then have to deal with the lack of pleasure and the amount of fucking pain of being where I'm currently at and being stuck in a shitty environment and shitty weather and X, Y, and Z. Write it all out. Write out the full depth. What is the pain? What is the pleasure? What do you need? What's going to happen if you don't get there? Why do you need this result? Why do you need this thing? Before you even think about the daily process. Then, when you've built all of that out, you should have so much fucking clarity on the best version of you. And moving forward, I'm going to give you a few habits, right? First of all, you're never going to get what you want unless you align your thoughts, your beliefs, your habits, your actions, and your standards with the best version of you. I'm going to say that again. Your thoughts. How does he think? Is he thinking about bullshit? Is he got a song stuck in his head on repeat? Or is it something that's aligned with what he's doing? The beliefs. Does he believe that he can get there? Do you believe that you can get there? Do you believe that tiredness is real? Do you believe that sickness is an excuse to not take action? Do you believe that Saturdays and Sundays are for spending time with your kids? Do you believe that Saturdays and Sundays are for going out drinking? Or do you believe that Saturdays and Sundays are for locking the fuck in and taking action and working hard? You need to understand what is your own personal goal. Then, so thoughts, beliefs, habits. What are the habits that this guy does on a day-to-day basis? What are the good habits and what are the bad habits that he avoids? Do you still enjoy a drink on the weekend? For me, drinking every weekend is a bad habit. For you, that might be aligned with your goals. You might want to have a little drink on the weekend and just be locked in during the week. What are the bad habits that are keeping you from getting to where you want to be? Now, if you want to have a drink on the weekend, but you're overly obsessed with drinking, and you've got an addictive personality, you need to cut that out fucking completely. Completely, because you're just addicted to it. It's all very, very situational, but habits, what are the habits that you do? What are the habits you stay away from? Actions. What actions do you take on a daily fucking basis? And last of all, one of the most important things, the only reason that I go to the gym every day, the only reason that I still do things that I don't want, in fact, not the only reason, sorry, because there's obviously pain and pleasure involved like we discussed, but the main reason for me now, I don't have a lot of pain being where I'm currently at. I have a lot of pain within working in a sales job and not being in online high-ticket closing yet. I have a lot of pain being in a regular property instead of being in a fucking mansion. I have a lot of pain being driven around by my mate that drives, and I'm not focusing on driving at the moment because it's low leverage for me, but I want to drive a Ferrari. These are pains that I've currently got, but the standards of the best version of me, my own personal standards, I physically cannot skip the gym. I can't, it's impossible for me because of my standards, because I've brainwashed myself and I've aligned myself so much that these are just my standards. And because I do this in the morning and I do this in the evening, I'm going to tell you what I do now and what you should be doing. So now that you've built out this guy, you first of all need to get Google Calendar or Notion, and you need to build out a daily task list. I have a morning process, I have an evening process, I have an afternoon process. Everything is scheduled to a fucking T, and this is what you have to do. Your Google Calendar will send you notifications. If you're happy to revert to Notion all the time, like I like doing, do that. And you need to build out the framework of how this person operates. Only you can genuinely figure out what the best version of you is. And then now it's in your own hands to pay for like a mindset coach or a fitness coach or a fitness and mindset coach. I used to do it, I don't do it anymore. But even though that I am not a fitness and mindset coach, zero bias, invest in a fitness and mindset coach. Invest in one of them. You can either invest in a coach, you can consume YouTube, and you have to take action on it. If you're just watching it, you're never going to get to where you want to be. But you have to build out your own daily process or get someone else who is in the position that you want to be in to build it out for you and to understand your unique goals and to tailor the daily process to your unique goals. One thing that I done when I was a fitness and mindset coach, which I actually regret, was I was trying to build everyone into who I wanted them to be, into who I wanted to be. Yes, I figured out I would go so in depth onto exactly what I'm telling you just now, the pain, the pleasure, the repercussions, everything, to tailor it to them. But their daily process was different. I gave them all like the same daily process as I had and just assumed that, yeah, this is going to make them a better version of them. But because they didn't truly understand why they were doing it, because it wasn't specifically tailored to their unique goals and unique outcomes that they want, it was difficult for them all to take action on it. Very difficult. So, build the daily process. And the habit that I've still not spoken about because I'm just fucking rambling on and giving you so much value is in the morning, when you wake up, I wake up at 5:30. I'll give you my morning process and then I'll guide you into what I want you to specifically do. But to give you a bit of inspiration and to give you a bit of advice and clarity, I wake up at 5:30 in the morning. As soon as I wake up, I do 60 push-ups, which that's failure for me. I can do 60 push-ups until failure. So push-ups until failure. The reason that I do that is because it strengthens my mindset. It also wakes me up and allows me to do the other things more efficiently. But it's really just mindset and to wake me up. Now, why do I want a stronger mindset? And why do I want to be woken up? Because of my own specific reasons, and I understand that. That's why I do it. And I never sleep in because I understand the repercussions of sleeping in, and I understand what I'm going to get when I wake up at 5:30. Then I do a full house tidy, because if your house isn't clean, you don't have clarity. I am in my living room / home office right now, and it is immaculate. And if it wasn't immaculate, I wouldn't feel as good right now. I wouldn't articulate myself as well, and I wouldn't feel ready and prepared, and I wouldn't be aligned with the best version of me. Simple. Then I get 600 millilitres of water with electrolytes, and I drink that because I understand that electrolytes give me performance, and I know why I need that performance. Simple. So fucking simple. Then I go outside, 10 minutes of sunlight, and I do a little bit of meditation, might do a little bit of grounding as well, because I understand the benefits. Then I come straight in here. In the next 20 to 30 minutes, now you can do 10 minutes, you can do 20 minutes, I wouldn't go above 40 minutes because it's just fucking time consuming. But I'll do 30 minutes of a mixture, now this is what you should be doing, of journaling and visualization. The reason that I do that is to be self-aware, is to hold myself accountable, is to understand what I need to do today to generate the outcomes that I want. So I'll write down from assumption, I'll title it assumption, and I will write down, I have X, I have Y, I have Z, my standards are this, my mindset is like this, my career, my business is like this, This is what I have, from an assumption of I have, to allow you to understand the way that he acts and to step into the shoes of that person. I'll write all of that down. I'll write down my duty. My duty is X, Y, and Z. My little brothers, my mum, everything which is unique to me. And I'll write down my purpose. My purpose is to dominate and fucking conquer and destroy everyone in every field that I go into. This is my purpose. I need to help as many people as possible become the best salesman that they can possibly be, because I have the #1 sales coaching company in the whole of Europe, which I don't right now, but the best version of me does. And I've written that down, and it gives me the inspiration, it gives me the drive, it gives me the understanding, the self-awareness, and it allows me to think from the angle of the way that this person operates, so I can operate like him. Does that make sense? Then I'll back it up with visualization. I will visualize, and I can picture it so clear. I can picture it right now as I'm fucking talking. I'm literally going through my days, the best version of me right now. I wake up in my mansion in Glasgow. I go out to the balcony. Before I go out to the balcony, I walk past my mirror in my bedroom, and it's the exact physique that I want, the exact way that I want to look. And then I go out onto the balcony and I see my Defender, I see my Aston Martin, and I see my blue Ferrari 812 Superfast. The Aston Martin is grey, the Defender is all black. And I understand this to a T, it's always in the exact order. It's never different, it's never swapped, it's the exact fucking same. And I look at it, and I look at the sky, and I take a deep breath, and then I go back in to my mansion. Then what I do my morning process the way that I'm going to do it today. I think of that, I visualise that. And then I go into the cold shower, then I put on my suit, and then I go and sit in my home office and I do the exact work that I want to be doing. I'm hopping on a Zoom call, I'm hopping on a Google Meet, and I'm teaching my sales coaching clients the things that I know. I'm guiding them to the outcomes that they want. Then I always just go to the gym, but before I go to the gym, I hop in my Ferrari 812 Superfast. I don't actually hop in the other cars. The Ferrari 812 Superfast is my favourite. I hop in that and I feel the acceleration. I hear the sound and it gives me fucking goosebumps just speaking about it. Never mind when I'm visualising it. And I'm driving and I drive to the gym, I go to the gym, and then I don't really go much past that. Sometimes I'll then like drive the Ferrari to a shooting range, I start shooting shit, and then I fucking like go and see my mum, and I bought my mum a Defender, and I'm at my mum's house that I bought her, and my little brothers are there. My little brothers are fucking animals because I've taught them how to become animals. Sometimes I'll go as far and I'll visualise that, but I never go past that because I don't want to sit and visualise for 30 fucking minutes. I want to actually take action. But that gives me the inspiration, it gives me the clarity, it reinforces the way that he operates, what he does, and it gives me that fuel, that boost for today, and that self-awareness as to why I'm actually doing this and what's going to happen if I don't. That's literally what it is. And it's such a simple thing. Then when you come in from work and you've done the evening process, what I want you to do last of all, at the very end of the day, notepad and pen, reflection of today. What went well, what didn't, what was in alignment with the best version of me, and what was out of alignment with the best version of me. And I want you to write it down because once again, self-awareness matters. You need to understand what you didn't do today that you need to do tomorrow. You can't skip this. I take it as far as on my lunch break, I will sit down in a chair downstairs, people will be around me and shit, and I'll just close my eyes and I'll visualise the best version of me. And I'll think and I'll reflect and I'll make sure that I'm self-aware and calibrate my mind once again to think, okay, I done this wrong here. I spoke too much instead of dialing more. I done X, Y, and Z that wasn't aligned with the best version of me. Then what happens is when I walk back from lunch break, I don't even fucking do it. I just take action as the best version of me, and I understand that. So write that down at night, and then at night time I do the extra step as well. I do the visualization once again. I always do it. So by now, right, if you haven't done this, you need to watch this video again. By now, you should have a clear, fucking crystal clear understanding of the best version of you, how he operates. You have a clear understanding of the pain, the pleasure. You have a clear understanding of the full fucking package. You have a clear, deep understanding. If you don't, go back and watch this again and add more fucking depth. Get more autistic about it. Because you're never going to really need to do this again unless your goals change or unless something changes in your life. The only thing that you're going to need to change and tweak is your daily process. You're going to just need to tweak it here and there, because sometimes you're going to be taking action, reading this specific book, but you've gotten everything you can get out of that and now you've stagnated. So now you need to invest in a coach, or now you need to move on to a new book, or you need to buy a course to move on to a new course to learn a different skill. You've mastered objection handling. Now you need to go and master discovery. So it is now up to you to make your own daily process, either off of your own initiative, either by paying a coach or watching some videos on it from people who are in the position that you want to be in, and aligning it with the best version of you. It's all about alignment, all about self-awareness, all about a deep understanding of your own psychology, a deep understanding of the pain and the pleasure, and that's going to allow you to take action, and it's going to allow you to stop falling off. And when you come to a point where you might fall off, you revert back to this. So, if you've got any questions at all, comment on the video. I might not see it because I don't post on YouTube anymore, but you can message me on Instagram. I actually changed the username. It's Tony_McElhaney. If you've got any questions about this, feel free to send me a text and I'll try and get back to you.